Hi, this is Clay McKinney, Developer On-Ramp Introduction to CSS for Developers course, and picking up where we left off. Okay, so what I want to do is make some changes that are a lot of the changes that I want to make you already know how to do. I'm just going to kind of bring it together. So there's going to be a lot of review, and I'm just going to make one change at a time until this looks better than it does now as a review, but we'll be working with the style sheet. Okay, so here we go. First off, let's change this yellow. It's very, very bright and kind of hard on the eyes, and the way we left it, we had specified that yellow with HSL color, hue, saturation, and lightness. So the hue is right. I don't mind it being yellow. It's just kind of bright. Saturation. This is the most vivid yellow imaginable. Let's tone that down a bit. Make it like maybe 20%. Let's save that and go refresh it. Okay, and then the brightness. Let's see, hue, saturation, and lightness. Let's make it all the way light and see if that's better. So I saved it, refresh it. Okay, all the way light is too light because it makes it white. Forgot that. Okay, I'll make it 80. Okay, getting there, getting there. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Alright, so our background is not garish yellow anymore. Let's change the background of the header area. Change the background color of the header area. Okay, so the way we do that, okay, see, we've got some styles for the header area already. Let's start with this color, and then we're going to switch it up a bit. Alright, so we'll start with that color. And instead of making it yellow, let's change that. So remember, the hue is like a dial, so you're turning the dial, and these are degrees. So 360 degrees is all the way around. So it's and it's 0 is red. So 60 degrees was yellow. If we want to make it green up here, then we'll make that 120. Save that and refresh it. Okay, so now the header area is green. Now I kind of want that to go all the way to the edge, and I kind of want to spread this out some. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to take the padding or margin off of the HTML tag and put it on the header tag, but we'll also need to put it on the main tag and the footer, down at the bottom, the footer. Okay, so we'll start by setting it to 0 here. Padding 0, margin 0. We'll save that, and see this is going to take off all the padding and margin around all the edges. Okay, didn't do a darn thing. Let's apply that also to the body. Save that and refresh it. Okay, that did it. Okay, so now we got rid of those margins, but I do kind of want there to be padding. It's just that I wanted the padding to be inside the green, right? Okay, so we're going to put padding back for the header. We'll make it one rim. And we'll do the same for the header. We'll do the same thing for the main area. You guys remember the main tag? It's here. So we have the body is divided up into the header the main, and when the main closes, then we've got the footer, and then the body closes, right? So the main section, we're going to set the padding to 1 rem for that. And let's see, I want to put that up here, and just copy that and do a footer. I could have done that in one rule, but I just didn't want to, because we'll probably come back and do more with main later. So I'm going to save that and refresh. Okay, so now the header has its own padding and margin, and the main section has its own padding, and the footer has its own padding, and everything looks nice again. Okay, let's move this border that is under the H1. Let's move it to where it's the bottom border of the header area, because that will make more sense. Okay, so let's see, we've got a border bottom here, this guy. I'm going to cut that, Control X, and put it on the header. I'll just put it there. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Let's save that, go over here and refresh. Yeah, that looks better already. Okay, we've got black text inside this green header, and we've got this black border here. I would like the default color inside the header to be a dark green. So I'm going to take this color here, and I'm going to make that be the foreground color, but so that it doesn't match the background color, I'm going to darken it. So this is hue, this is saturation, this is lightness. Let's make it 20%. We'll save it and refresh it. Okay, so that turned into a super dark green, and it looks cool. Alright. Now, let's see, inside the header, these links are italicized. That doesn't look good. This red one, that looks silly. We'll get rid of that. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. Okay, now I want to make these links be the same dark green that we had. Let's see, so we'll, this is the default color for the header, but of course the links they have their own default color. So here in all of the anchor tags with the link pseudo class, we'll make them that dark green color. Okay, yeah, that looks cooler. And we need to get rid of all these underlines, because that doesn't look good. So let's see, all of the links in the header, we'll say text decoration is none. We'll see what that looks like. Okay, that looks a lot better. Okay, when we hover over them, the background turns white. That looks kind of cool. Okay, I think it would look a little cooler if the padding had a little more space in it. So let's just do that here. Let's let's see what it looks like if we change the padding to let's see, we'll just add 0.3 rem everywhere around all of the links inside the inside of here. Yeah, I think that looks nicer. Now with the padding on those links, I think it would look fine to take the padding off of here, off of the list items in the nav. So I saved that, I believe. Let's yeah, let's refresh it. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. They're bumping up against the border on the right hand side of each one of these, but they're not bumping up against the border on the left hand side. So that might look cooler if we could fix that. Oh look, there's a margin here. And take that off. Okay, saved it. I'm going to refresh it. Boink, boink. Okay. That is almost perfect. It's getting a lot better. Okay. Let's get rid of these underlines in the main section for all the links in the main section. So all the links in the main section. We want to text decoration none. Okay, we'll save that. Okay, and I think I do want them all to be underlined again when I hover. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste, change this to hover. So it's a different pseudo class. And we'll put the text decoration of underline back on there. Save it and refresh. Okay. Now, this page is far from beautiful. It's much better than it was. And of course, the object of our course is to understand what types of things you're supposed to do with CSS as opposed to the types of things that you do with HTML, and to learn the basics of you know, typography and classes, and you know, how to style tags and things like that. So I believe we've covered a lot of ground, and it should be enough where you can go on from here and learn things like back-end programming and databases and JavaScript and that sort of thing. Now, you may need to know a whole lot more about CSS. If you want to be a graphic designer, if you want to spend a lot of time on the front end making things beautiful, you definitely need to learn a ton more CSS. But what I wanted to make here was an on-ramp for developers, so you could see what HTML is, you could see what CSS is, and then we want to see what the other things are, the other parts of full stack development are. We just want to introduce each one for a few hours each, and that way you can study each one in depth, but you'll have context and you'll know how to get started because you will have had an on-ramp. So that's the idea, and I feel pretty good about this. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I have, and I will see you next time.